this is coming through for you. This is your time. So let the haters in the back talk. Let them talk. It seems fair. It seems fair. Let them have that. Let them have their little commentary on the side, because honestly, that's all they have. Without that, their literal worlds would just implode and there would be a puddle of tears. Understand that that's what's happening when people want to talk ish about you. They have two options if they are triggered by your action, triggered by your success. They can, one, talk ish about you, or two, collapse in a puddle of tears, going inside of themselves, asking, what the F am I doing with my life? Hello, beautiful, wonderful, majestic souls. My name is Dan's. This is my channel, That Good Good Tarot, where we do timeless readings for anyone with any placements. If you've made your way to this reading, I do believe there is a message in here for you. However, if you don't resonate with this reading, that's cool, that's chill. Go check out my channel. There are so many other readings there. I am sure you will find something that fits you. So let's get into it. Universe, please, inside information. What does this beautiful collective need to know on this day? What does this beautiful collective need to hear on this day? What things does this collective need to know about that they cannot see, that they do not know just yet? What is coming? What is around them? What is known? That's too many cards. Universe, that's too many cards at once. I'll take those two that turned up and I'll put the rest in the deck. Thank you. We have the Four of Swords and we have the Five of Wands. Okay, there does seem to be a little bit of upset, a little bit of... someone's losing sleep over you. Someone's losing sleep over you. Now, I have got these new affirmations up here. Feel free to comment them down below when you see them to amplify them for yourselves. Good things are coming. Good things are coming. Back to the message. Someone's losing sleep over you. It could be more than one energy. I'm just going to see if any more initial cards want to come out. Thank you. We have the Knight of Swords, we have the Chariot, we have the Seven of Swords. Okay. I'm getting a lot of energy coming in, actually. So we did have this energy that is relating towards you of someone who definitely has feelings for you and is trying to fight that off just a little bit. So that's one aspect of it. But there are also people that are seeing the way that you move, and it is causing them like distress. Like, people are getting legit triggered about the way that you move, about the way that you're showing up, about the way that you are evolving, transforming, the way that you are glowing. Like, you here being this Knight of Swords, you here being the Chariot, like, it's making some people feel really inadequate. That's how some people are getting when it comes to you. Like, they're getting a little bit... Sorry, I'm so fidgety. They're getting a little bit inadequate. That's how they're showing up in this energy right now. What we'll do is we'll get into both energies. We'll look into this energy that's kind of like seeing you extremely favorably. And then we'll look into this, this really triggered energy that is kind of around you at this time. Universe, please, inside information. What does this beautiful collective need to know about this Five of Wands, Four of Swords, Five of Wands, Four of Swords energy? Thank you. We have the Eight of Wands, we have the Four of Wands, we have the High Priestess. Someone feels like it is destined for you two to end up together. Now, whether or not that's actually true, we haven't gone into that yet. That message hasn't come up yet. But this person feels so magnetized towards you that they can't imagine how there would be another person more perfect for you, more perfect for them than you. Like, they see how you bring out the best in them and kind of like check every single box. Like, you are the whole complete package. Like, they can't see a future for themselves that doesn't end up with you being their boo, you being their person. They want to come towards you. They kind of want to like message you all the time. Now, I'm not saying that they are messaging you all the time. They want to. Like, they for real want to. They want to be all up in your inbox, but They might be kind of holding off, but like they really do think it's like this divine connection between you two. Blessed and protected. Blessed and protected. One of my favorite affirmations when I thought of it. Blessed and protected. Up here, we're blessed and we're protected. All day, every day. We have 10 of Swords, 8 of Cups, King of Pentacles. When it comes to this energy that perceives this like divine connection between you and them, they kind of have to, this is messy, okay. They need to, I think they come to you like very calm energy when they come towards you. So when they're in your presence, they're so chill. They are not, though. They are not chill at all when it comes to you. Some of you might be slightly less active on social media sometimes, and that absolutely drives them crazy. Like when they can't see you and they can't keep tabs on you, or they can't have like a direct line to what you're doing without having to reach out to you. Like, I think that maybe some of you are very used to being active on social media, and maybe for some reason you're just not being as active on certain days. Maybe there's a day where you're busy, or a day that you're working, a day that you're just like preoccupied and you're not on your phone. That is, they're freaking out on those days. Like you'll find often that those are the times when they reach out to you, because they don't get their hit. They don't get their little dose of you. And they're really living for those moments. They're living to watch you, see you. I get it is a little bit creepy what I'm saying. This is very stalker energy, but for the most part, I don't feel like they mean harm towards you. They really want to have you in their day in some way, shape, or form. They're the kind of person that's going to replay your stories. Oh my gosh, the scratch in my throat from the spicy cough lives on. Oh my god. Okay. Whew, there we go. But yeah, they come to you like super calm. They come to you like cool as a cucumber. Just know that they're not. Let's have a look at what the intentions are from this person. Probably a good thing to find out before we move on to the next energy. Universe, please, inside information. What does this person intend for the collective? Okay, so we have the Hierophant, the Hanged One, the Fool, the World, and the Six of Swords. They are playing the waiting game. They are playing the waiting game. They don't see any way that they can actually come towards you in their like fullest authenticity, because like it's really full on. Like the way that they feel about you, like even they know it's really intense. Like they have the self-awareness to be like, this is like so much. Like this is too much. Like I need to turn this down. I need to hold this back as much as I possibly can. They know. They know. And they are playing the waiting game when it comes to you. They look to you with so much admiration. The way that these cards fell onto the table with like the Fool looking up to the world, they know it's foolish. They know that the way they feel about you is really foolish. And if this is the same energy that we were coming into with the last collective reading, this could be someone that's not supposed to have feelings for you, or doesn't want to have feelings for you, or knows that you wouldn't want them to have feelings for you. That might not be the case for everyone here, but that might be part of why they're trying to hold back so much. But more than anything, they just know that these feelings are like borderline ridiculous. You might be like, they perceive you to be out of their league or just completely unavailable to them. the hardest part about them playing the waiting game is that they are also preparing to let you go. It's very hard for them because they really want to have you in their world. They are very much seeing that the chances are they're not going to have you in the way that they want to have you. So they are playing a waiting game. They are trying to hold back the feeling of hoping for the best. Part of them wants to hope for the best, that one day you will see them in the way that they see you, and that you will see them in the way that they want to be seen by you. But they are, so they're kind of like subconsciously waiting for that day, but also just like huge inner turmoil with trying to dismiss these feelings, trying to resolve these feelings within themselves so that they can have a connection with you that doesn't have such an intense one-sided feeling to it. I think almost they're trying to hold back communication as much as possible because they don't want to make it obvious to you that they do have some kind of feeling there. They are, yeah. I see that eventually they're going to need to move away from this communication if it isn't brought to the next level, or they're just going to have to watch you move away. That's what they're preparing for. That's what their intentions are. Their intentions aren't to try and deepen this connection with you as much as they might like to. They don't feel like that will be well received. I get that this situation might be really, really complicated. And yeah, this person feels like you are so unavailable to them. I feel like it's not even they feel, they know. Interesting. Okay. This energy's been popping up for a while, so you shining so bright, y'all are just shining so bright and everyone's falling in love with you, and I'm not at all surprised. I'm in love with you. All right. Knight of Swords, the Chariot, the Seven of Swords. Let's get into this energy of people being just generally quiet. You trigger something in them. You are pulling up something in them. I think this is something that you've probably done kind of like always, kind of like your whole life, but this is really happening with maybe one or two people in particular in your world right now, so let's dig into that. But you are definitely moving forward. You're kind of like, you're growing up, like you are no longer fighting being grown. It's gotten to the point where, like, I feel like for a lot of people, we go through that place of being a teenager and then being in our early 20s, and like timelines are pretty like in terms of age, as I talk about it, it's on an individual level because we all kind of get to this mental like mindset place at different ages. Like it's entirely different, but as an example, say, you know, you're a teenager and then you get to like 18, 19, 21 and you're not ready to let go of like your adolescence, and you know, you don't really think of yourself like an adult. Like you're still kind of, you know, you go to dinner parties and you're so used to not having to bring anything, so you don't bring anything, like just the stuff that like adolescents and teens do. And then you get to a point where, you know, you resist becoming an adult, and adulting is hard, and isn't it so hard to be an adult? And then you move past that point to be like, no, I'm grown and I'm not a child. And that doesn't mean that you lose your youth or your enthusiasm. It just means that, like, don't treat me like a child. Like, I'm happy to take accountability for my responsibilities. I'm ready to have new things happening in my world that, you know, would usually come along things like adulthood. Maybe that's things like starting a business. Maybe that's things like buying a home, like things like that are like, you can still be youthful, you can still be young and enthusiastic about things. You don't have to lose those things about yourself, but you can also get to a point where you're like, no, like I'm an adult now, I'm grown, I'm going to get my ish together and I'm going to build something for my future and for the generations below me. Like, it gets to a point like that, and I feel like you have really started to, like, you've probably been in this place for a little while, but I think you're actually starting to take action on these things. You're actually starting to, in the external world, show that you are just taking yourself seriously. Like, you're done playing these little games. You're done, not prioritizing yourself. You are putting yourself in the driver's seat. You are taking care of yourself now. And that is the thing that is actually getting people triggered, because there are people around you, and like, you could be in your 40s just coming to that stage now, and it doesn't matter that that's where you're at. It doesn't matter what age you get there, as long as you get there. Okay? We all have different upbringings and different things that change the way that we come to certain mindsets and to certain realizations. No shame in that at all. The importance is that you get there. So if you're coming to that a little bit later, no shame in it. It took me a long time to get to that point. It took me to get to 30 to start taking myself seriously, because I had a bunch of BS going on through my 20s. There are people that get to that stage at 21. All right, cool, this is where I'm at. It really comes down to your journey at that point and the things that you are maybe having to just survive through. Sometimes we're just in survival mode. We can't start to prioritize ourselves. We can't start to be like, okay, I'm ready to be an adult, especially if maybe some parts of your childhood were affected and you still feel like you need to reclaim part of your childhood as an adult, as when you're older. That's something that needs to happen. That's a healing process that you need to go through. So again, I am saying there is no shame in this part of your life, this chapter coming a little bit later. There's absolutely no shame in that, as long as it happens. And there are fully valid reasons why it might take longer, but the important thing is that it eventually happens. And there are people around you that it's not happening for. They're still in that state. They're still in that place where they're not taking ownership of their life. They're not wanting to take accountability of their future. And you doing so is like shaking them to their core. Like, they can't understand why you would want to, like, for some people, they think that you're like jumping the gun, that you're like moving too quickly, that you think that you're more experienced than you are, and you shouldn't be maybe setting up a business. You shouldn't be trying to travel overseas and start a new life somewhere else. Like, whatever the case may be, they don't think that you're ready for it, because they're projecting a version of themselves that wouldn't even be close to being ready for that amount of responsibility. We have the Page of Pentacles, we have the Page of Wands, we have the Page of Cups. You are such a authority that the people around you that are triggered are people that can only, like, they can barely save. They can barely think about what they're doing next month, let alone trying to think about new career goals for themselves, let alone trying to think about where they want to be in 3 years' time, let alone about where they want to be in 10 years' time, let alone think about at what age am I going to want to have this for myself or have that for myself. And they almost think that it's immature that you are thinking so many steps ahead. But what you have to remember, because I don't want you to be thinking that their opinions of your journey are correct. Understand that their commentary, their opinions that they have on your journey, on your growth, is coming from such an immature place. Coming from a place and coming from a mindset of people that aren't ready to take ownership of their life. And like I said before, if they're not in that place, they're not in that place. And that happens, that usually happens for a few different reasons. And a lot of those reasons happen to be trauma that you need to heal through to, be okay with the fact that time is passing and value and believe in yourself enough to take responsibility into your hands. Taking responsibility and accountability, taking risks, putting plans into action, it's a really scary thing. And I applaud you for doing that. it really is an incredible thing that you do when you do that. A lot of people don't want to do that because so much potential pain, potential fear, potential rejection, potential failure comes from that. And that's what people are afraid of. That's what people don't realize they are capable of overcoming. But when you put that action into place, that's what gets triggered for them. And they are almost like waiting for you to fail, waiting for you to prove that you couldn't do it, because that fits the narrative in their head. That someone like you, which is by extension someone like them, wouldn't be able to do all of that. Now, of course, you're going to prove them wrong. Of course, you're going to prove them wrong. But I want you to remember, if this commentary comes up, if this energy comes up, know that you are exactly where you need to be. Know that you are not too old or too young to be doing certain things with your life. You are just ready at the time that you are ready. And if people are saying that you're not ready yet, they're not ready yet. And they're definitely not ready to have someone in their circle do something that they feel like they wouldn't be able to achieve or accomplish. It's literally why they get so triggered by it. See if there are any more cards on this subject. The more you do, the more you will learn. I think that everything that you are doing, everything that you're working towards, it is such a beautiful thing for you. It is going to be such a fruitful thing for you. This is exactly the right time. That has been coming up in a lot of the readings. This is the right season. This is an extremely abundant season coming up for you right now. And at the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Pentacles. This is when everything comes up for you. This is when you have, like, everything falls into place. You have planted the seeds, you have watered them, you have taken action, you have protected your land, you have done all of the things to make sure that your crops can grow so that you can get a harvest, and now is the time. You are getting that harvest, and this has been the internal work. This has been setting the boundaries. This has been doing the healing work on yourself just enough so that you can believe in yourself to take action, even if you're afraid, even if you are thrown into the unknown. You have been doing that, and you have been doing it for so long, and I know that for so much of that time it has been terrifying, and it has been scary, and it has been anxious, and it has been